Hello, this is DmRobG, and welcome to DmRobG Reviews. Now, there was a bit of an issue with the Venture Brothers, as you might have noticed last week. I tried a couple of episodes, but they quickly copyrighted. It turns out that Turner Classic Movie actively gives a very strict copyright over the audio. So I'm going to try something else. And I am sorry about that freaking light. I seem to be glowing right now. This is not intentional. This is due to the sun shining right through my freaking window. But what I'm going to try to do is not have any audio. Instead, I'm going to go through the episode and talk about it scene by scene. I won't show the entire thing. I'm going to have long pauses that get edited out. So if you see the scene jump back and forth, that is why. I actually want to do a retrospective on the Venture Brothers, episode by episode, as someone requested of me. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if it works. And if not, I'm just screwed and I'll have to find something else. Like this right here, I love this part. Now, here's some music.
Good morning, Mr. and Miss School Age America.
Now, this right here is bloody amazing. The 35mm things on the side, the faux 80s style artwork. It's all amazing to me. It reminds me of high school when I was actually watching videos like this. This faux 80s, this faux 60s futuristic chic. I am digging this.
Here, you and over 2,000 other employees, including 200 space welders, 74 flying nurses, and one busy barber.
That's an amazing line, by the way. I absolutely love that line.
Why even little Rusty? Dr. Venture's companion and son is pitching in.
What they're trying to do is humanize his video, and it works out well for what they're trying to do. It's amazing.
Future.
And the way it goes into Rusty's psychoses is amazing.
He started it? No, I started it years ago in a moment of passion, and I'll end it the same way, right here, in front of Brock, H.e.l.p.e.r.
I love his threat. And that's just genius right there, the way and H.e.l.p.e.r. steps forward. And the way it's the 60s futuristic chic, exactly like the movie, is amazing.
Should I hold down the little...
By the way, I love how it's cutting out. And Brock is the one who figures it out, because the Dr. Venture's not a true scientist. I love those little details. And
wow,
this sequence...
that's a big one. No.
It's one of the things that made me love the Venture
Is it
Brothers.
like they were made for each other?
Yes, because they were both made by the same guy.
And of course he has to shit on everything.
I'm almost there.
Almost
Brace
there.
yourself.
Come on!
I love the detail of the spacewalk itself. And the fact that they make this joke and never show her face is how you do it right. And I'm looking at a specific episode of American Dad that showed Francine's face as a gag, and it ruined it all. And this entire ghost story is amazing. I've seen season 7, and I firmly believe Manstrong, even though he was a paper boy, was not part of Shark's movie, but he still managed to accidentally shoot everyone out of the airlock. Probably while he was getting laid. And that feeds into what we will see later. And the problem light is freaking annoying, because I've done maintenance and I've worked on machines that have like a single error light. You have to go through this entire massive list to figure out what is wrong. It's annoying.
I was just enjoying the super freedom of space travel. You know, testing out the waste collection pouch.
And I know they did this joke, but at the same time, wouldn't he know if there was a pouch? Because he'd have to put his genitalia directly into the hose itself instead of like wearing a diaper. And you still know that. Like this cargo machine right here, or cargo bay scene right here. This right here is why I hate single arrow lights. You have no idea where the problem is, so you have to go everywhere. Now the single problem light will be good for somebody who's been here for years, where they know every bolt and every panel. Now, as far as Manstrong's character, the fact that they took the womanizing intelligent astronaut popular with the ladies and turned it on its head and turned him into this is poetry. Chef's kiss. Absolutely great.
6 years of hand-holding, 6 years of kisses on cheek, of love notes in locker, of I heart Anna with that little TLA thing drawn on space boot with Sharpie.
You can only do it for so long before they get tired. Before a tease becomes like a poison. I love how Rusty's the one who opens the cargo bay door, which means that if Manstrong was in the office, he could easily bump that button. And in general 60s tech or 60s safety protocols, all you need is a note saying, hey, don't touch it. Whereas in today's safety standard, you'd have to have a safety protocol.
Samson.
It's on! It's off!
I love how he's just clueless. One of the greatest scenes I've ever watched. I love how he can hit all these without there being any sort of safety protocol to avoid stuff like that.
What happened?
Someone opened the bay doors on him. He should be dead.
And I love how they did this really tough Brock Hansen bit. I think if they kept on it, it would get old quickly. At the same time, fucking amazing. They gave him personality, and that wound up feeding into the tough bit. Now, as far as his hallucination, and it's something I don't get, H.e.l.p.e.r screaming. I love how they're hinting at all of Dr. Venture's atrociousness later on, but I do not know if I know they wanted him to be a parody, and I know the Venture Brothers theme is failure, so I don't know if they just went with the Dr. Venture Senior's complete prick now, and they planned it and kept it secret, or if they did that later on.
Clues or something. Now, what would Giant Boy Detective do?
Where does he keep that book if he has no backpack? It's these little details that I love. Like the characterization of Hank and Dean here in a moment. Like with this scene, we know that Brock's like a James Bond race Bannon mix. So he's like about to seduce the doctor right now. I forget her name, I'm sorry. And when you add Hank and Dean, it becomes hilarious. See, right there. They have no idea what's going on because they are so innocent right now. About season 4 is when they start to actually go and get the innocence removed and start growing up. It's that kind of character evolution that I absolutely adore. And the fact that he had her keep the helmet on is absolutely hilarious. How there's no explosive decompression. Now, as far as Hank and Dean go, look at how, even though they were scared earlier, they still rush into what they believe to be the scary ghost. It's something that they would build on later, and I am here for it. Absolutely, 100%. Now, as far as Manstrong, the breakdown.
And I shook his hand. It's all fat and stubby.
The breakdown he's having right here is absolutely his fault. And if I recall correctly, this came out before the real incel type stereotype really started to take off. Like he has no idea how to treat people. He thinks he's owed something, and he thinks he is able to control her like this. It's absurd. Like the fact that he did not notice that earlier speaks to him as a scientist. Now, I know Brock and Manstrong are going outside right now, and I'll cover that here real soon. And I love how they cut in this callback to the movie. Like, Manstrong's trying to be gentlemanly, and he has no clue what the hell he's talking about. I know there's some humility, but I think this is more of humility and narcissism. Like, right here, he's still trying to dominate, because he wants his way and his views are right. He's never challenging himself and being sorry. Brock kicking his ass is just great. And the fact that they have genuine affection for him is great. Like, they were scared, they thought their dad was dead, and they still wound up being heroes. But they are still written like 13 and 14-year-olds. Or 10-year-olds or whatever they are. They're still written like children.
Good Lord, what are you waiting for? Let me in.
Not until you apologize.
Oh, you're kidding me! I can't feel my rights.
And that bit about apology and arrogance, the fact that he can apologize now, I love how he just left it there. Shows him what a good scientist he actually. Like, this is one of my all-time favorite episodes of Venture Brothers. Now, Venture Brothers is a really good show, so it's hard for me to get below a C average and get an episode I don't like. But this is a solid A for me. Now, I went through most of what I think about it, but it's not like the Boondocks where there are political themes I can go off on. But if you like this and want to see more of this, please leave a like and a comment below. I will actually probably leave more thoughts in the comments below, along with my Twitch account as well as my Twitter account. Everyone, please have fun and enjoy.